In this video, I'm going to be covering the exact reason why your offers are not converting. What we're going to be talking about is creating cold outbound offers that actually convert. This is cold outbound in email, DMs, LinkedIn. It's cold paid ads, Facebook, YouTube. I've done direct mail, everything that you can think of. If you are going to people who don't know, like, or trust you, then this is the type of offer that you need to create. I learned all of the stuff that I'm going to be covering in this SOP, literally failing on dozens and dozens and dozens. And I'm not kidding. Like, it's probably over 60 offers I tried to push to cold traffic, and they never converted. And throughout all of that time, all of that learning, I finally pieced together all these little parts that added up into this SOP. This is years of literally just bombing on cold traffic and finally figuring out, okay, this is how these offers need to be created. There are very key nuances that are hugely different from an offer that you give to people who don't know, like, and trust you, which is cold traffic, and the offer you give to your warm audience, which is like your social media following, your referrals, etc. Okay, that's why so many people struggle to go from warm to cold. That's why people who built their companies on referrals and or social media, and then they try to run ads, they just bomb. And the reason is they tried to take something that's a warm traffic offer and sell it on a cold traffic distribution channel. You cannot do it. So again, we're going to talk about how do we actually create those offers. You're either going to do it through reworking your current service offering or creating a bolt-on offer that you can sell up front and then push people into the back end offer, which is going to be your core service. Again, this is for cold outbound, cold ads, literally anywhere that prospects don't already know you. So this is not like, it's going to work really well on your warm traffic, but we're focused on cold traffic for this video. So the reason this is so critical, most offers fail because they require trust or belief before providing value. This is huge. These people don't know you. They don't like you. They don't trust you. They don't want to give you the trust to go try something that could potentially hurt their business, waste their money, waste their time. Next is it feels like critiques. This one drives me insane. And I'm sad to say that I unfortunately made this mistake when I was first creating offers for cold traffic. But people will go out and say, hey, man, I took a look at your landing page and it sucks. Like, you have all these problems. You did a horrible job. I can do it way better than you because I'm smarter. Like, people actually do that. And again, I made this mistake and I am horribly embarrassed to say that I did. But think about how that sounds. Like, if you think you're providing value to that person by telling them that what they're doing is bad. And then it's funny, like, I get emails, my clients get emails, and it'll be people like trying to rip apart our funnels and say, hey, I noticed all these problems. None of this works. Like, I had a guy send me an email and he's like, hey, man, your headline's horrible. It doesn't do all of this stuff. And I'm like, dude, you don't even realize that we've tested 50 headlines and that thing is won out every single time. That headline is the winner. And I keep testing it and it keeps winning. So this guy who comes with no knowledge of my business, the metrics, anything like that, is trying to tell me that my headline's wrong. And then he gives me all these other critiques. And he's like, oh, well, you don't have this proper no-show, because he's scheduled on my calendar, canceled his call, and he was like from another country. I'm like, dude, we filtered you out within seconds of you scheduling that call. Like, of course, we're not going to show you send you follow-up information. We don't want you to book a call. So this is the kind of stuff I'm saying. And again, I unfortunately have done it. Do not make this mistake. Do not be critiquing people because you don't know the truth behind what you're critiquing. And it just comes off as arrogant. They're like, who is this guy? I never asked for your, unrequested critique of what I'm doing. Do not do it. It's going to kill your cold traffic offers. So next is that they're too vague, too heavy, or too slow to deliver results. If this thing is going to take 90 days to get someone results, unless it's a really good result and it's risk reversed, it's going to be tough. You need something that can get results like, boom, done, 7 days, 14 days, even 30 days is getting a little bit long, but ideally 7 days or less. Okay, so this framework fixes all of this by creating low trust, high value, fast win offers that cold prospects actually want to hear about. So the use case, this is going to be to convert a core service into something like ad management, outbound sales, marketing, funnel builds. That's all marketing stuff, but like, software, it could be accounting services, all that stuff, any B2B offer. This is going to get people to say, yes, show me, even if they've never heard of you. It builds trust via action, not theory, because you're actually delivering a service instead of trying to convince someone and persuade them that you're smart. You're just delivering a service that they actually want, that's de-risked, so you can prove to them, hey, I'm actually good. I actually do what I say I'm going to do. So then all the other stuff that you want to sell them, you can have that conversation much easier. And this funnels directly into your full service backend offer. I kind of just mentioned that. So this is what it is. And I've got some other stuff on this. This is not as important as what we're going to be talking about right here. These are the criteria that actually make up a good cold offer. So what you're going to do is you're going to take these 10 pieces of criteria, you're going to write them down. And if you use ChatGPT, which you should put these into ChatGPT and then actually have ChatGPT grade you on your offer. So you would explain what your offer is, and it's going to, yours isn't trained like mine, so it may or may not give you an accurate score. But these numbers, if you have less than 6 of these, you gotta kill your offer. It's not going to work on cold traffic. If you get 6 to 7, it could be improved, but it's not going to work. And if you're 8 to 10, ideally you should be more like 9 to 10. It's cold ready and you can push it. So let's go through them. First, it needs to tap into existing desire. If people are not already buying this and they don't want it, do not offer it. Like if someone were to come to me and say, hey, we can help you with your taxes, like, yeah, it's kind of a problem, but like, I really don't need help with that right now. I'm more focused on growing my business. The taxes isn't a huge priority for me. But if someone came to me and said, hey, we can help you grow your YouTube channel, that's what I'm currently trying to do. That is way more appealing because it's an existing desire. It's something I actually want solved. It's a real pain that I have. So again, that's where you got to tap into existing desire, stuff that people are already buying. You see out in the marketplace that people are buying. That's what you got to tap into. Now, next is present a new opportunity. We talked about this before. Do not be the guy who's going around saying, hey, you're bad at what you're doing. I can do it better than you. It's arrogant. People hate it. Again, after having done it and then receiving it, I can tell you people hate it because I hated it. I'm not going to get back into it. But anyways, so the offer needs to be something that you haven't seen or tried before, or they haven't seen or tried before. It's got to be something new. It's got to be unique, because what that does is it opens up their mind and thinking, oh, this is something I haven't heard of. This is different. I want to learn more about that, because now it's hitting on an existing desire and it's solving it in a new way that they have not heard before. So after that, it's got to be something that's bolt on, not disruptive. You don't want to come in and like say, hey, we've got to redo everything you're doing, because if everything for them is working fine, they're going to be a little bit nervous about like, okay, if this guy comes in and starts changing stuff, like what if he breaks the entire system and then my whole business suffers because of it? So make sure it doesn't require like redoing their systems or processes. It should literally be like a bolt on. Like if you think about it, this is everything that they're doing every day. You just come in and plug your thing into it and it improves the system without kind of changing anything. And two, to go a little bit more in depth with this, it has lower chances of hurting the system overall. So even if you plug something into their system, if it has a chance of hurting that system, it's a little bit harder sell. If you can plug it in and it either doesn't work or it only goes up, that's what you want. That's going to be perfect for cold traffic. Next is productized and tangible. So it needs to feel like a defined product or package with a name, scope, and price. You don't want to be doing like these monthly retainers for the cold offer. You can do that on the back end. But with the cold offer, it's got to be like, hey, we're going to get you this outcome, ideally in like 7 days, maybe 14 days, something quick. And they've got like a clear scope. They know what the outcome is. They know what they're getting. It's very tangible. It feels real. You don't want like this kind of fugazi service retainer type thing. That's okay on the back end, but on the front end, it's just not going to work. Number 5, de-risk. So you want to come with a result first promise, a guarantee, or already have something built out. So you either want to say, hey, we're going to get you this in the next 14 days. And if we don't, you don't pay, or we work with you for free until you do, or we'll, reimburse you plus, $1,000 for your time, some type of risk reversal. Or it's something that's already built and it's like, hey, we already built it. Let's plug it in. If it works, great, pay us. If not, no big deal. So those are the 2 options there. We've already kind of touched on this fast win potential. You don't want to be like 30, 60, 90 days to get a result. You just need a really good guarantee. And it needs to be a big enough pain point to like, they're like, I really want this to work. But ideally you have something that's like, hey, next 7 to 14 days, boom, you're going to get this. After that is low time and mental load for the buyer. So it doesn't require a ton of meetings, new content, deep onboarding, creative lift. Like, again, you just want to come to their business and say, hey, I can plug this in. It takes no time, no effort. I'll de-risk the financial side for it. It's not going to disrupt anything that you're doing. You're pretty much good to go. That's the type of offer you're looking for because it's not going to cause any additional work from them. They're already busy. They don't want to take a chance on you. It should be low time and low mental load for them. Next is lead to a back end offer. If the problem you can run into here is creating a front end offer that's really good. Maybe it sells, but it doesn't lead to what you're trying to sell on the back end. So don't accidentally stray outside of like your realm, even though it might be good. Like it might not be good for you and your purpose. So make sure you don't do that. Number 9, it should solve a specific problem for a specific person in a specific way. I learned this from Cole Gordon. You have to do this. Precision over generalization is great. Make sure you find the specific problem, you get a specific person, and you do it in a specific way, which is going to be your front end offer or your new opportunity, that unique solution that you have to solve that problem. And last but not least, it has to trigger, why didn't I already have this? If you cannot create instant buy-in or FOMO once you explain what it is, you're going to get lower response rates because there's no urgency. Again, think about it. Like, think about the situation. You're hitting someone out of the blue. Let's do cold email. You're hitting someone with a cold email out of the blue. They don't know you. They don't like you. They don't trust you. You're offering them something. If they're not thinking, oh my gosh, why don't I have that? Like, I need that right now. They're not going to respond because they've got so much other stuff going on. But if you can trigger that and create that for them, then they're going to want to jump on that call. They have a reason to actually show up for it. So those are the 10 criteria. Write those down, plug them into ChatGPT, explain your offer, and it's going to tell you what is good, what is bad about it. And you should have a much better idea of why or if your cold offer will actually work or not work on cold traffic. So the next step is going to be identifying the level of awareness for your target prospect. This kind of stuff is getting a little bit into the weeds. So this is not as important. Really, the main thing is this. Like, if you get this down, a lot of the messaging and stuff that I talk about down here, that kind of handles itself. So if you're, if you put your offer in and it gives you like a less than a 6 or a 6 to 7, even an 8, like honestly, I would probably say like this is more like 9 to 10, and this is like 6 to 8. Then if you got the 9 to 10, you're good to go. You got the right thing. You need to run it to cold traffic. So yeah, that's our process for creating cold friendly offers for cold traffic and how we actually get people to convert. If you have questions, drop them in the comments, and I hope you enjoyed this video.